Previously on the O.M.E.N podcast.
I should tell you guys, by the way, while we're here, there's a guy here who probably wants to murder us, I think.
Ours is a 3-step plan. We shoot, and then the questions, and then the face, and then yelling, and then more questions. So I guess that's more of a 5-step plan?
5-step plan. Yes.
We have a very comprehensive 5-point plan, is what we're going to tell our investors.
Let's move into the house next to the sheriff's office, because it's also next to the general store, and then you can just go around the corner to get all your groceries.
I need y'all to go on the other side, inside the general store, and find what facing of the wall directly faces our house, so I can, headbutt a cheeky little, hole.
Snack hole.
Snack hole, yeah.
You headbutt the wall, and you manage to headbutt, a perfect circular hole.
Now, Koala, that's a really nice hole. I guess you could say it's even like a glorious hole. I'm gonna call that our glory hole.
Aww.
Can I come downstairs and turn it into a gory hole?
No.
The hole becomes fleshy.
Is it alive?
No, it's dead. That is disgusting. I hate it.
Well, I had to try this thing out. Thanks, by the way.
You're welcome.
What will happen next? Find out on this exciting episode of O.M.E.N.
It's getting a bit late, guys, so I think we should probably either turn in, unless you guys want to do some investigation overnight. Whilst we're here, I must be very serious with you. You cannot let people get suspicious of us.
Oh!
We don't know who in this town is a vampire and who isn't.
Wait, there's vampires in this town?
If the vampire queen is here, then there's probably a colony somewhere. She wouldn't be here otherwise. So the likelihood is that some people in this town, at least some people, are probably going to be vampires.
Oh, wow, this recontextualizes everything. Can I have a private conversation with Annabelle?
I stare very suspiciously at Smedley.
Go for it.
Alright.
Hey, Annabelle, can I talk to you for a second?
Alright, this better not be about the glory hole.
No. We did that together. It was a nice, fun time. That was in the past. Now, I need to give you I want to sort of gauge your opinion on something, alright?
Alright.
Annabelle, I respect you immensely. And one of the things I respect most about you is how you love God. You love God a lot. I haven't personally met God, but based off of how you speak about him, he is both a douche and oddly forgiving. And with that context, we are faced with a choice here, Annabelle. I feel like God doesn't like vampires. And this town is potentially filled with vampires. So the only way we can really do whatever they're telling us for this mission, that's fine. But really, for us to both serve God, we need to kill as many people as possible who are vampires, but also there might be some collateral damage, but also we're doing it for God. So it's okay.
Can you roll persuasion, please?
Okay.
I'm torn on this.
That was a 6.
Okay. Koala,
Yes.
I respect you immensely.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last lady in HR told me I had to.
Okay.
Because I'm not allowed to shoot you anymore intentionally.
That's great. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm going to keep that in mind.
I'm gonna hold off on cleansing the town in holy fire.
Okay.
Until we've got, a ratio going
Mm-hmm.
of, if it's, there's, 103 people. So if it's, 52 people are vampires, that balances out the other 51. And I think in that case, God will understand it.
So,
but
you have a direct connection to God, right? You could figure out directly if there were 52 or more vampires, correct?
Well, I suppose I could, but I was planning to use the stone to check up on Greg, because as much as I love Greg, his fingers are too fat for the telephone, and he ate the guy in marketing's cat, so nobody wants to help him with the phone no more.
Oh no.
And
Okay.
look, man,
I,
you can't have one of them naked cats. They look like chicken.
yeah, I can understand, but like, presumably we're gonna go to sleep soon because we need to pretend to be more normal people. So like, check on Greg today, but like tomorrow, can we make sure we're doing the right thing, not cleansing this place in holy fire?
Let's see what happens tomorrow, because there's a lot of tomorrow, and I don't want to waste my one question to God on burning a whole town down.
I'm not suggesting burning the town. This is actually prime real estate. We keep the real estate. I'm saying the people, several of which will need to die. I'm not saying kill everyone. I'm just saying most people who are vampires.
Well, like, I only brought like 52 bullets.
Oh, that makes things more clear.
If they line up in a line, I can probably get them, but it's gonna be really hard to convince them to cha-cha. You know?
I mean, we are new residents of the town. They seem to really need new people. We could really convince some people, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, hey! And then you fire, like, a gun at the back of the crowd and nobody hears because everybody's shouting, hey. You understand? It's like a distraction, but like a distraction where everybody dies who is a vampire.
Well, think about this,
I appreciate that. I really... You listening to me at all tells me that my plan is a valid one and that I should, on my personal time, with my own personal resources, pursue it. Because I respect you, your sense so much, your logic. You keep me in check.
Also, if you ever find a better storage container for all them faces that isn't my prison purse, I'd really appreciate not carrying it around. They've started seeping on all the other things, and I think it might have stained that photo in there.
Speaking of the photo, can I see the photo? I can sort of burn this face. I'm really good at tracking, so like,
Yeah.
I can sort of make sure if we meet anybody, they're secretly the vampire queen. Like, we know it's the vampire queen.
Okay, sure.
I pull the photo out, and I just like, it's just like seeping in like liquid goop, and I flap it off.
Could you roll for observation, please, Koala?
Oh yeah. That was a 9.
So you look at the gooey photo. I would say that Koala, his innate tracking skills, he would be able to identify a giant fuck-off insect from quite close. I'd say like he'd be able to identify at least its tracks if he was to see them, and if it was there in front of him, he'd figure it out. So I'd say that's the case.
Thank you for that. And Annabelle, I just want to tell you again how much I respect you and how much I look forward to cleansing or not cleansing this place depending on the next few days.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit of an out-of-character description of what's going to happen over the next couple of sessions. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, are any of you guys aware of the game Werewolf?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Does anyone want to give a brief description of Werewolf? And by brief, I mean very brief.
There are werewolves. You try to kill them if you're not a werewolf. If you are a werewolf, you try to kill everyone else.
Yep, and every night, the werewolves can make a move. Yep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have a bunch of werewolf cards in front of me, and I'm going to be trusting this game to the heart of the cards. So every night and every day, I will be pulling one of these cards out, and what the card does will be based on what it looks like, and it will change how things go. Okay?
All right.
Got it.
Okay, but aren't we fighting vampires?
We are, but I'm using the werewolf cards because it's the same sort of idea of there are bad things in a town, and they are doing things. And the idea will be that once I run out of cards, there's a reasonable amount here. I'm not going to tell you how many there are, but once I've run out, bad things will happen.
Huh.
And I mean really bad things. Like, you might die, or the entire town will end up not in a good way. So, like, I would try and find the Vampire Queen before I run out of cards. I will let you know when we are down to about 3 cards left. Okay?
So you're telling us that we should get, like, ahead of this thing and cause the bad thing first.
You don't know what the bad thing is. I'm not going to tell you what the bad thing is, so I would just sort of try and deal with the problem at hand. Okay?
Find the vampire queen. Got it.
Find the vampire queen, kill the vampire queen if you can, or if you can stop the production of the Tears of Set, wherever that is in this town. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, the first night begins, and I'm going to take the first card. Oh! That's not good. Okay.
Words you never want to hear your DM say.
We're gonna begin in a rough way. You guys are all in your beds, and whilst you're sleeping, can you all please roll for observation?
I got a 16.
16.
I got an 8.
So Koala sleeps soundly through the night, but Dr. Martin and Annabelle St. John wake to hear a screaming sound. Do either of you want to see what's going on?
I mean, reluctantly, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going outside, or are you trying to look from your window?
I put on my Crocs, and I go outside in my bathrobe.
Okay. How about you, Annabelle?
I'd like to take a perch up. I'm gonna assume I'm on the second story. I'm gonna look up from there.
Martin walks out into the street, and there against the angel, there is a body.
I go back inside. Fuck that.
How about you, Annabelle?
Can I tell if it's alive?
It's not moving.
Is it just the body? Did somebody witness
Nope.
that the body happened and they're screaming, or was it clearly the body that screamed?
It was clearly the body. There it is, from what you can tell, a woman in a long dress.
I'm gonna go wake up Smedley.
You go into his bedroom, and he's lying there in his toga, still sort of passed out on the bed. How do you want to wake him?
I slap him and go, Smedley, there's work for you in the square, and then I go back to bed.
He goes, what?
Outside, go.
All right, okay. Annabelle, are you still looking out the window? What are you doing?
I'm still looking out the window.
Smedley is going down the stairs. Could you please roll for observation, Annabelle?
Got a 21.
So as you hear Smedley walking out of his bedroom, you see the body twitch. The head starts to sort of shake a little bit, and it cracks open like an egg, and out come these two long sort of feelers, and it pulls itself across the square very quickly, with the body being pulled behind it.
I'm gonna open the window, and I have a sniper rifle in my kit now, and I'm gonna fire at it through the open window.
Are you sure you want to do this? Because this is going to draw a lot of attention.
Well, I'm gonna close the window after.
All right. Okay. Can you please roll for
Agility. That's a 21 for me.
You hit the creature, and it then falls flat onto the floor again, and it lets out a sort of horrible screeching sound. It then is sort of trying to crawl very slowly. You notice some of the lights in the nearby house go on. What do you want to do?
I think I can get a quick double tap before anybody catches me.
Okay. Try rolling agility again.
That's a 25.
Wow.
Damn. Okay. You fire again at the creature that's crawling out of the corpse, and the bullet hits its carapace and it explodes everywhere. Whatever was left of that thing inside that girl's head is now strewn across the street in so many pieces you wouldn't be able to tell what it was. It is a complete mess, and the lights in the nearby house are all going on, and you can hear people sort of getting out and wondering what's going on.
And am I still just fast asleep?
I would say you've probably woken up from the gunshot.
Okay.
Could you please roll for luck, Annabelle?
Oh boy. I got a 13.
I would say that the people coming out of the houses, because they're just standard people, they didn't notice you, and you managed to close the window before anyone could see you. But everyone is now crowding out in the town centre, and they're all running around this body, and you can hear people sort of gasping and confused and looking down at it. What do people want to do? What does Koala want to do? Because he's just woken up.
I see this giant crowd of people outside, and I want to stick my thermic sensor outside to see, do I detect that there's anything strange about one of the people? Something fanged and winged and transformed about one of the parties specified outside.
Okay, I'm going to say that you shake your thormic sensor at them sneakily from the door, and you don't notice any thormic energy coming from any of them. These seem like ordinary townsfolk.
Interesting. And by ordinary, you mean sharp canines?
No, completely ordinary. They've got no sort of magic on them at all.
Are vampires magical?
The last time you dealt with a vampire, it had thalmic radiation on it.
Okay.
I will be right back. I just need to tell my dad something. Back in a second.
Oh man, he's not here. We can do anything we want. This is great. The DM can do nothing.
I've rolled a 50. I rolled a 50 in strength.
Oh man, you roll a 50 in strength. Are you gonna just like lift the house off of its hinges? What?
Yes. I'm gonna suck. No, I'm gonna suck in all the air into my lungs, like in the town, and it sucks all the vampires to me. And then I can just spit
what the
them into
hell
a pile.
have I gotten back to?
Yeah, we just won.
Yeah, we found the vampire queen.
No, you didn't. All right. So, do you guys want to go up and deal with this, or are you guys going to stay in the house?
I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm going back to bed.
I think I want to sort of go outside, explore a little bit.
Okay.
I'm awake now.
Okay. So, Koala, you go out. Do you want to check on the body? Do you want to see what's happening there?
Yeah, let me look at this body that has been exploded, thanks to some presumably very skilled person.
Okay, you walk up to the body and you see the torso of a young woman. Her top half is pretty much all gone. It's splattered all over the pavement. You, as a tracker, notice that there are little bits of insectoid carapace in amongst all of the guts and gore. For you specifically, you know that these are pieces of vampire. You've seen this stuff before. It's definitely vampire carapace.
I wonder who could have possibly done this incredible feat of strength.
All around you, there are people who are shocked. They are gathering. They see this young girl with her head ripped off. They've never seen this stuff before. They're absolutely terrified. And as you look down at the body, and all these other people look down at the body, you hear the jingling of keys. Do you want to turn around and see what it is?
Yeah, let's turn around and see what's going on here.
Okay, so you turn around and you see a reasonably old-looking man, quite haggard, and he's wearing a sort of wide-brimmed hat, and on his chest is the sheriff's badge. And he goes, "Calm down, everyone. What's going on? What's happening here?" And he goes over to the body and goes, "Christ, what the hell is this? Who did this?" he asks.
So I want to look at the crowd. I want to do a quick scan of the crowd. What types of people do I see in the crowd?
You see just like your sort of standard village folk. You rolling for observation for this?
I rolled an 11 for observation.
Okay, they all just...
Do any of them have guns?
A couple of them have guns on their holsters because they had the gunshot, so they were quite panicked. So they're all holding their guns.
What's the one that looks the most threatening / dangerous with their gun?
So the guy you saw earlier, who was selling the houses, is there, and he's got his shotgun.
Ah, mate, I think it was him.
The sheriff looks around and goes, "What? Mason? That doesn't make any sense."
He's got a gun. There's this exploded young woman here, who we have no idea how this happened, and he also sells weird real estate.
Mason is one of the Lafayettes. He wouldn't do this kind of thing. Mason is looking there and goes, what the hell are you on about?
I want to throw open my window and just yell like, "Shut up out there! I'm trying to sleep!"
Okay, you do that, and they all look at you and just like sigh. Do you have any proof that Mason did this?
Okay, I wanna give a little bit of performance here.
Okay.
So I want to spread out my arms and suddenly go, "Stop!"
Okay.
I've come from across several oceans. I have been more than one place in my life, which seems to be more than most of you. I've crossed oceans, I've crossed seas, I've crossed various bodies of water. I've seen things. I've done things. And if there's one thing I've seen and done, it's trekking. If you've ever seen a blind man somehow cross a desert on his hands and tracked that trek across the desert and found him with your wife in Adelaide. If you have ever seen a wolf with 2 arms, if you have ever seen a trek and known instantly what killed it, what it ate that day, what its favorite food is, and which of the desperate housewives it most wishes it could be, then you would have my experience. And from my experience, I'm looking at that gun. It's quite cold outside. and that gun is hot. And here we have a hot body. And I don't know about you, I'm just a simple man. But two hot things are usually related.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like I've been, after opening my window, I've just been transfixed at this speech.
Yeah, you're standing there mouth agape, but...
He may be one of the most principled, well-known, respected figures in your community. But all I know is that in both Louisiana and in life, two hot things that are related cannot be separated.
Fucking hell. Alright.
Do what you will, Sheriff.
Roll for persuasion. I'm going to give you +5 on this, because fucking hell, that was brilliant.
I got a persuasion of 19.
Alright.
5 minus, that's 24.
Alright, so 24. So Sheriff White is just taken aback by how amazing that speech was. And how suspect he feels about liking his sister for a while when he was a teenager. And he takes handcuffs, and he handcuffs Mason Lafayette. And he goes, all right then, well, we'll have the trial in a couple of days. I'm sorry, Mason, but if the boot fits, then you got to wear it. And Mason goes, no, I'm innocent. You can't do this.
Wasn't 24 enough to persuade Mason that he's guilty?
No.
Can I whisper something in Mason's ear as he's carted away?
Go on.
You should have sold us the 40 houses, bitch.
Mason is dragged away by Sheriff White and taken to the jail. The crowd disperses. The sheriff comes back and takes the body to the sheriff's house so that it could be properly post-mortem.
Oh, that's going to be a problem later, but for now I think I need to rest from my efforts.
Yep, you are now alone in the town square. I assume you want to go back to bed now after that.
Yeah, I should probably go to bed.
What a productive evening. What a very productive evening that was indeed.
Didn't Dr. Bengtsson wake up Smedley?
I did.
Yeah, I guess Smedley got to the bottom of the stairs just as this whole thing happened, and he was just confused. That was a very inspiring speech, Koala. Did he actually kill him?
I don't know.
You will go to bed after having framed an innocent man for murder, and the morning comes, and I'm going to take my next card.
Wait, excuse me.
Yes?
God,
Yes?
I need to ask about Greg.
Okay.
I have my usage of the Celestial Stone, and I'm going to use it. God.
Yes.
Well, that's not the right accent.
Sorry.
You don't sound British or douchey.
Okay, let's go again.
God, has Greg eaten any more house pets today?
No.
Okay, thank you. Good night, God.
Okay, you go back to bed, and as you close your eyes, the alarm goes off next to you, and you are now ready to greet the next day. So I'm going to take the next card. The next card is a good card. Congratulations.
Yeah.
There is a town fair, like at the marketplace. Everything is very nice. What would you guys like to do? Would you like to go and explore? Would you like to go and investigate? What do you want to try and do?
How do you guys feel about making this really tough for Sean and splitting off in different directions?
I feel like I want to stay together. What I did last night was part of my journey of progress. I'm trying to be like a better friend, so I want to be connected to at least one person across this.
Please stay together.
I think we can make it like even harder on Sean staying together. We're worse together than we are separate.
Yeah. Been heavenly with just the one-on-ones. Here we go, back to the normal.
Do you guys think Gumboland is open today?
Gumboland has been closed for...
It's worth investigating. No, like, I'm looking at my Yelp. It doesn't say anything about it being closed.
It's not closed, it's just a water park now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to go to Gumboland?
I fancy a water park.
Yeah, let's check out Gumboland, guys.
Has the corpse been cleaned up, or is it just laying there?
No. So the sheriff took it inside to the sheriff's office overnight to do a proper post-mortem.
Oh yeah, you fired guns right next to the sheriff's office, didn't you?
No. Nobody saw me do it.
Nobody saw her do it.
But your room is next to mine, Annabelle. I heard it.
You don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was watching Tombstone. You don't know.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I was trying to figure out who that guy from the Matrix was again. You don't know.
Speaking of, did we ever figure that out?
No.
Moving on. So, so you all go downstairs and you go out through the door and you walk down the road and eventually you get to Gumboland. And we're going to end this episode there and we'll find out what you find in Gumboland next week. Shall we? See you later. Bye. The O.M.E.N podcast is powered by Ellipsis RPG, the accessible donationware rule set, now available on itch.io. If you like what you're hearing, please rate us on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. You can tweet to us at the hashtag OMENcast, that's O-M-E-N cast, and who knows, you might get a special mention in one of the episodes from us. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay vigilant. You never know what's out there.
Hi there. The show you just listened to is a member of the Necropodicon Podcast Network. Head over to necropodicon.com to find tons of other shows you'll love. While you're there, check out the cast and crew profiles and fan art galleries.